in the spirit of candor, which is the spirit in which I try to write about wine. If you look at Meunier, on the one hand, it's a very delicate, ethereal style, but also, I mean, Frederic does very long élevage. He won't be bottling his 18s until July, whereas Roumier, the style is a bit more muscular and richer, but also the wines have a shorter élevage. His 18s might even be in bottle around now. They've certainly been racked tank for bottling, I think, based on what he told me. And the different phases the wine goes through in its élevage really, I mean, it's very, the Roumier's wines are in a very different state to taste from barrel when compared to Meunier's next door. If you go on the same day, let's put it that way. So it is tricky to try to sort of do justice to these different styles and to make all the necessary allowances when you're assessing them from barrel, particularly from barrel, I would say. Oh, I think so, and I think it's actually, I mean, it's clearly bad for the wines. People have sometimes speculated, I think it was Clive Coates who speculated that Ramonet's Montrachet didn't always realize its potential because it was such a small quantity and it was always being sampled from barrel. Perhaps it's no accident that Ramonet stopped doing barrel tastings now and only show the wines from bottle. It's certainly no accident that Cocherie decided to do that. So no, I think the more you have more and more people wanting to taste from barrel, and aside from the fact that it's not easy to arrive at a very meaningful or useful judgment tasting from barrel, without really being quite serious about it, and even then, sometimes it is simply impossible. I mean, a reduced wine is a reduced wine, and the best taster in the world is not going to be able to make much headway with it. You can tell some things, of course, but I mean, I think it'd be easier if one were coming at it from the perspective of a negociant. Do I want to buy this barrel? You could say yes or no. It's a simple answer. Can you write a 100-word tasting note really meaningfully describing the wine to a reader when it's in a condition like that? Well, I'm not sure. You're really dealing with intuitions derived from experience, but intuition's all the same. So no, I think aside from that point, however, I think it's actually bad for the wines to be disturbed so much and have these samples taken from them. We're hearing more and more talk about microbial spoilage, particularly Brettanomyces, in these higher pH, riper vintages in Burgundy.
Correct.
And I'm sure you know that the higher the pH, the less free sulfur there is in the wine, and the protected the wine is, and also the more appealing of an environment for microbes it is. And if you have people taking samples with pipettes and they go from one barrel to the next, effectively, if there's Brett in one barrel, by the end of the tasting, they will have Brett in all of the barrels. It's cross-contamination. So these things can actually be detrimental to the quality of the wine. And I think you're going to see over the next few years, it will be more and more restricted. The reason producers do it is for primeur sales, but some of these domains have cash flows now where I don't think they really, whether they sell the wines en primeur or if they take a little bit of time and sell them finished, it's not going to be revolutionary for their business model. Some of these top estates, which is really where you're talking about excess barrel tasting being a problem.